Cali to Singapore. Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we
Even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders.
And off we go from Las Vegas. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to... was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Mahomes now on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Chiefs are going to have the first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I don't see more they're trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The Raiders at 6 and 10 on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Open man is Jacob Hollister. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he's got it down to the 28.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Caught on the right side by Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Carr now to throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. But that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Raiders 7, Chiefs 3.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 69 yards. And the Chiefs have regained the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 10-7.
Chiefs 10, Raiders 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Isabella now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes, back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On play action, it's Carr. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on deep.
Touchdown! Hunter Renfrow, his first touchdown of the year. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 32 that time.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Mahomes now on first down. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he gets this up past the 30. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Isabella now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought the first half, it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
6-18.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Able to find Isabella. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First and
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Jacobs going to try the middle. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing his car on third down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here's 2nd and a yard. This is Brown going up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. On the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Holmes. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on. Hoping to get through the rest of this game.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this 3rd step. Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down. Now Mahomes, got to have this one. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is going to have the Chiefs 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Mahomes going to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones bury him for a loss of 11.
I know there'd be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Carr going to look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Slot man moves right. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Carr going to throw here. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. On first down, Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trent McDuffie with a pick. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Yellow.
One final try for Mahomes. One last shot at the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. too careless with the football too many times. That cost him the victory.